Hola, buenas noches y bienvenida a the B channel. Michael, Michael Hayward, what are you complaining about? You have very little to be moaning about. The B provides you daily entertainment for free, for no cost. And yet still you complain. Why? Why is this? Michael Hayward, here I am waiting on B. Is he taking a leak or making tea? It is tea. It is actually tea. The cup lies. I want to complain or leave an insult. I just wish Active Shooter was running this cult. Well, if Active Shooter was running this cult, dude, it wouldn't be on half as often as it is. Thank you very much. I am rather patient with these fruit flies. They do complain, but Tyrone Smith. Amazing, Tyrone Smith. Good to see you. Did you see me shilling over at Jesse Lee Peterson's after party stream? The grift is all powerful, even if it was to 5 people who were arguing about how harsh we should be to the blats. It is actually funny. Hello, is it working? It's working. I am an avatar of a bee. Woo. Art Matters. Good to see you, Art Matters. Who else we got? Bigfoot and on. It's Connor, everyone. It's Connor. Actually, should we just do this? Hey, Connor, why don't you just post to your channel early so I can actually pin it this time? Post to your channel and I'll pin it. And everyone should go and sub to Connor's channel. Michael Hayward, Tyrone, hello. Everyone just saying hello to each other. And I don't know why I'm going to spontaneously do this now, but let me show you something. This is one of the things on my speaker system. It's a very old antique school bell that was at my nan's house for years. And I inherited it. It's pretty cool, isn't it? No, I can't do it too loud because, oh shit, people, no. But pretty cool. That's a real school bell. Yeah. Tyrone Smith. Michael and rest of chat, good evening. Yes. Tyrone Smith sounds like V. Maybe it's my American ears. Is there something up? Hang on, let me check the sound. V. Oh, hang on a sec. My thing's not in. Bear with me, people. Bear with me. Hola, hola, buenas noches. Is it actually working or is it? Oh, is it gone? Is it gone weird? Oh, I think I know what it might be actually. Shit. Make me paranoid, Tyrone Smith. Funnily enough, mate, you are onto something, even if you didn't mean to be. I was setting up my guitar amp earlier, and I've actually forgot to. Hang on, bear with me. I had 2 mics going because I was practicing getting a little guitar performance on, trying to get 2 condenser mics into the same sound card. But anyway, right, just bear with me a sec. Let me just check everything's working properly. Audio. Oh shit. Oh yeah, it's a bit quiet. It's a bit quiet. Oh, damn it. Okay, everyone get ready to adjust your volumes. Let me bump it up quite a bit. Sorry, I apologize. Very quiet. Okay. That's probably quite a bit louder. So watch your volumes, people. Shit. I'm not going to go higher than that today, but yeah, I fucked up. My bad. My bad. It's a StreamYard issue. Every time I reset the history, because it just compile. Basically, if I don't reset my history on this old laptop, it just gets really sluggish and slow. But every time I do that, it just resets all the settings in StreamYard. So my apologies. Very annoying. Very, very annoying for watching it back later. But hey ho. Thanks for letting me know, Tyrone. Much appreciated. Let me just check that. Okay, that's more like it. All right, all right. I'm home. I'm back. Shaggy Paw. Good to see you, Shaggy Paw. Michael, part of B's Furniture Hayward. He does have the same surname as me in real life, except it is spelt with an A instead of an E. Art Matters, Bigfoot, just watched interesting doc on Kurt von Vonnegut. Watch free on M4U free. Free movies. Very nice. Thank you. Actually, I did watch someone reference a film yesterday. What was it? Damn. Someone referenced a good film yesterday, and I actually did check it out. I can't remember what it was off the top of my head now. It's so annoying. It was basically the same protocol. It was about Meta using a similar logo, and it was like it was basically a split between people who'd had the chip and been taken in, become part of the Borg, who the special ones, and those that hadn't, or something that were like this. It was like a two-tiered society sci-fi film, and I just watched the trailer, and it looked really cool. Someone suggested it to me yesterday. Thank you. Um, I'm always getting so cultured thanks to the fruit flyers. I do appreciate it. Tyrone Smith, of course I did, brother. It's that obvious, really? Who knew? Tyrone Smith, Top is a mama man. I mean, I don't know who anyone is, honestly, but it is quite interesting watching the schism that is inherent. Oh, how would you put it? The point of contention about the point of contention that inevitably comes out of Jesse's framing, right? Because Jesse, even though it's hilarious framing of things, and he does it for effect. And by the way, the reason he does that is because he himself being black, it's his way of pushing back against the. It's his way of playing up to the idea of being a. What's that phrase they use for traitor black people, apparent traitors to the black community? Something Uncle Tom's, right? It's his way of playing up to the Uncle Tom stereotype and switching it on its head. And at the same time as taking on a more of a conservative position, and speaking about the just having a unique, very funny, very edgy message that's just unavoidably holds your attention, at least. That's all for effect, but then people taking it too literally and is also a problem. So watching that schism play out in the chat is insane to me. It's funny because that's what happens to, and I'm not saying that he's well, I suppose you could say that inevitably a cult will form around Jesse Lee Peterson if it hasn't already. And yet there lies the schism right there. You know, Nemo represents a similar position, but to do with the sort of pushback against the anti-Semitic stuff that seems to flow, or the neo-Nazi attraction that there seems to be around the Jesse cult on account of. I don't like calling it that. I love Jesse. But you know what I'm saying? It's people's misinterpretation of the message per se. And even I heard someone referring to someone else as a wuss. Well, look, I get it, guys, but come on, cool it. We're all in the dojo and we're all trying to improve, aren't we? So, I mean, you know, fair play. It's a brutal dojo, the Jesse Lee Peterson training camp. But I suppose that's just inevitable and is the nature of the men becoming men space or something. But at the end of the day, it all sounds like yo mama up in there. The only thing worthy of doing is grifting and shilling hard for your new job. Get a job, like what I do. So anyway, moving on. Saggy Paw, Mr. M. Right, you know I'm way behind, so let me just try and prioritize here a little bit. Shout of Blazing Hogs sent me here. Tyrone Smith, yeah. Oh, Tyrone. I know you, Tyrone, don't I? I know. Blazing Hogs is totally awesome. Tyrone, have you actually been on Jesse Lee Peterson's show? I seem to think that Seems to think that you have, or something. Or maybe I've just heard you at the church service, but I think you're part of the furniture over there, aren't you? Pretty sure you're. Interesting. Are you a celebrity, Tyrone? And if so, can I have your autograph? Thank you. Um, Art matters. Lol, Hiveless will ring last orders later. Yes. Tyrone Smith. No, no. The sound is good. I was saying you sound like V from the movie V for Vendetta. I did. Can you see it yet, Evie? Ideas are bulletproof. He's a little bit more posh than me, but yes, on the whole, we have something similar going on. I may well be the early incarnation of the real life V from, what was his name? Edmund Dante. Edmund Dantes or something? Edmund Dantes. Something. Dante. Help me. Um, by the way, my video of Houses of Parliament getting exploded, that's on a approaching a couple of thousand views, and quite a good amount of likes as well for a small channel. So that did actually capture people's imagination, which is good to know. Doombot, volume is a bit low. Yeah, my bad. I fucked up. Sorry about that. The whole system got reset. Apologies. Art matters. Volume good. It should be better now. It's not ideal, but I didn't want to create too much of a volume range within one stream, so I've sort of compromised. But hey, Michael Hayward, Tyrone, don't mention that movie because B gets wood when he hears about it. Can you see it yet, Evie? In fact, look, I even have my very own. Hang on. Patience, Iago. Patience. Ideas are bulletproof. Yes. Can you see it yet, Evie? De Sanchalved. Yo, how's it going? So I might say, if anyone's got any questions, put a little cue at the start of your question and then ask me a question. Awesome. And in fact, what I might do is, let me just be really brutal and skip past these things. Oh, yeah. My bad. It's yeah. Celestial Wolf Fever, good to see you. Mr. Hughes here. Yay, Mr. Hugh. My problem this week, Ivers, the devil won't answer my prayers. I wrote a song once called Life of John, and the words were well, anyway, I won't sing it, but you found love, whoop-de fucking do. I found the devil. She said I'll be home soon. Soon as I told 1,000 liars, I'll get in for preaching. So therein lies some life advice from Satan. Good luck. Nemo, shalom, bonus dias. Hello, Nemo. You totally awesome fish who brings all the questions. We are taking questions today, by the way, people, even though it's just me and a panel of me with my seashell, my mysterious seashell. Hello. Anybody there? Ooh, spooky. That's also a relic from my nan's house, by the way. Used to sit by the phone at my nan's house, and my brother just gave it me recently when I inherited a bunch of his stuff. He ain't dead. But when I inherited a bunch of his stuff for the flat, that was in the mix, and it's an old childhood relic from an aunt's house. Awesome. Jupiter 2099. Jessie is an angry black woman. Hey everyone. No. Jupiter. I thought you were. Are you the real Jupiter? I thought you liked Jessie. What's up with that? Jessie is an angry black woman. The only reason that framing is relevant is because he's all about not worshipping angry black whammons. So wouldn't that make him not an angry black whammin? What are you on about? What are you talking about, Jupiter 2099? You got a bee in your bonnet? Do you want one? I'm a bee. Michael Hayward, Nemo has eaten today. Good. Uh, Nemo. Hayward. Yes, the hunger strike is over, folks. Ruthless is back, all as well. Yeah, well, Ruthless gave me what I needed, which was just minimal acknowledgement that he'd overstepped a line and that we could both agree there was a line there. Because that's the boundaries, that's the parameter. And as long as we can agree on that, and then with a goodwill, try and tackle what we're both facing, what we're all facing together, then awesome. Like I said, me and him have more in common than probably most of the people in my family in many respects, because they don't see what he can see, you know, about what's going on with the New World Order and all that shit. Tyrone Smith, I have not. I am a nobody. Oh, well, I don't know why I know the name. Okay. And quite all right with that. Lol, not a celebrity at all. Well, we'll change that, Tyrone. We will change it. Is that actually a picture of you, or is that an album? Is that an actual picture of you with a cowboy hat? I don't picture people called Tyrone as people that wear cowboy hats. Are you black, Tyrone? Are you? And if so, why were you early? What's going on? Art Matters, today I climbed a hill and bought a record. I didn't think people bought records anymore, dude. Are you getting prepared for your next no Black Mirror day? Do you know what I found when I was clearing out my stuff the other day? I found 2 albums. Well, there's no point in having CDs anymore, but the 2 albums that I found, I can't remember the one, but you know, one of them was Ash. Do you remember that band? Ash, 1977. Do you remember that? Very well-known album. Oh yeah, she's taking me over, and oh yeah, it was the start of the summer. It reminds. I don't know why that song reminds me of. That song reminds me of Keanu Reeves for some reason, and it might be a sort of very weak association with his character in Bill and Ted, but I don't know. In fact, you know, I think it's his. He does a bit of an American accent, even though Ash were an Irish band. But yeah, I love that album. Totally cool album. Art Matters. Dusan, a fave channel. Matt is great. Is that actually is that an actual channel name? I will check it out if so. Jupiter 2099. Hiveless B, what is your heritage? Well, I am African. Can you tell? Hang on. Yes, I am legitimately from Africa, mommy Africa. What did they say? African drums playing in my heart, honey. Yeah. No, my heritage. My heritage is half Irish and half English, basically. Half English. I can't trace back my genealogy much past that, so I'm not particularly sure. But yes, there may be a little bit of Jewish heritage in there. On it, yes, there may actually be a little bit of Jewish heritage, but don't hold it against me. I'm not trying to take over the world. I swear. I'm not a member of the Illuminati. I just got a shit. Can you be racist against yourself? It explains the nose. Anyway, a ways back, there was a little bit of Jewish heritage, but you know, it just means that I'm very intelligent and a bit funny. So there you go. But and every now and again, I just can't help but start scheming about something. But apart from that, yeah, I swear I'm not trying to sell you anything. Just stay around, my pretties. Yes. Maybe I can use my evil instincts for good. It's all a joke. I'm just joking. All a joke. These tropes perpetuate, but it doesn't mean that they're infallible. But anyway, Tyrone Smith, high over to speak? No. Right. Well, fair enough, mate. I don't know why, but I thought I'd heard that name. Yo, I must have just heard another Tyrone associated with Jesse Lee Peterson. That's what it'll be. Okay. Nemo, high over to speed. Did you ever check out the Gospel of Thomas? Yes, I did, actually. Yes, I did, Nemo. Oh, shit. Damn. I feel like I'm going to get quizzed on it now. It sounded really interesting. I just can't remember anything about it right now, but it sounded awesome. Mate, I don't know why. I just cannot access it now, but I remember thinking that's cool. I've got to look into that more. But basically, just as a skim, like an overview, but I can't even remember one single detail about it right now. But I did, mate. I really did. Tyrone Smith, that's Gwarth Brooks, man. That's Gwarth Brooks, man. Okay. He white. Okay. Bigfoot and Aunt. Today I wrote a book and smoked a bowl. A bowl. I wrote a book and smoked a bowl. Mate, you'd have to smoke a bowl, at least a bowl, to write a book in a day. How do you write a book in a day? Is it the world's shortest book ever? What's going on? Ideas are something. Art matters. Tyrone, love Gua. Blow the cobwebs away. Yeah. Tyrone Smith, right on, Art. Saw them a few times with when Dave was still alive. Right. Tyrone Smith, no African drums beating in my chest. That's it. Only the American's guitar playing in my heart. Is that it? Do you know what you know what I used to think he said when he said that? I thought he said, just the American good times playing in my heart in a weird voice. No African drums beating in my chest. Only just the American good times playing in my heart. That's what I thought he said. But he actually says guitar, but weirdly. Sagipore, oh my God, B, a shapeshifter. Yes, exactly. Don't get me started. On usury. By the way, guys, if I do use the word shill a lot as well, I don't know if you've noticed. Yes. But I'm trying to use my evil instincts for good, I swear. Just trust me, my pretties. All will be well in the end. Yes, you can trust me. All is well. Calm down. Lol, hiveless, click, click, clock. Exactly. Exactly. Nemo, folks, if anyone here is interested in the teachings of Rabbi Jesus of Nazareth, forget about the Bible. Check out the Gospel of Thomas. Let me get back to that, Nemo. You know what? I'm going to do a whole episode on the Gospel of Thomas. I fucking promise you, and I swear. And Nemo, where are you from again, Nemo? I forget, man. Would you ever come on? Because you've got a lot to say for yourself. Would you ever actually get on and talk some shit? Or would you even just have a conversation with me behind the scenes so I could actually meet the fish in real life? Let me know. I'd like that. Jupiter 2099. I am 2% Scottish. Oh, Scottish. What does it mean to be 2% Scottish? How can anyone be 2% of anything? Isn't everyone 2% of everything else? Just cuz. Isn't that utterly meaningless, Jupiter, to be 2% something? Is it? Probably. Art matters. Jupiter, lol. Do you have 2% suntan? Yeah, do you have 2% ginger hairs in your beard? And 2% racism? And actually, she at least has 2% racism. And do you have 2% alcoholic as well? Let me know. Nemo, I am from right here, right now. Right here, right now, right here, right now. Fatboy Slim. Um, right, I presume that means America, right? Pretty sure. Sagipur, I'm 110% Irish. You can't get any more Irish than that. Bit racist, yeah. Yeah, the Irish are very racist, but it's not their fault. They just led a sheltered existence for a long time. Um, while us Brits had long since colonized many other parts of the world and enslaved most of it, um, it helped us get over our casual racism. Um, whereas the Irish stayed largely unevolved and drunk around campfires and marrying their sisters, bit like hillbillies, very similar. Gypsies and hillbillies got a lot in common. Oh yeah. Jupiter 2099 ancestry DNA test. Okay, well, it must be true then. It must be true. Possibly though, they're a load of bollocks, but it might be true. Haha. I'm only playing Jupiter 2019. I'm just taking more of a battle stance against you because you spoke ill of my leader. How dare you accuse Jessie of being an angry black woman? You will have hell to pay. Satan is your daddy, Jupiter 2099. Satan is your daddy. Yes, even if he doesn't exist. True. Art Manners, Saggy, Love Island, worked in Enniscrone back in the day. Great place, people. I'll let you know something about me, right? I am half Irish, and I don't rate that bit of me. I'm not, and I'm definitely not a plastic paddy. If anything, I'm the opposite. I've completely rejected my Irish heritage and roots. I have no interest in it. It doesn't do it for me. My grandparents on my mom's side were Irish with an Irish accent, Dublin accent. And I don't know if it was something to do with their characters being a bit more closed-minded when it comes to everything, when it came to everything that I was interested in, Buddhism, Eastern philosophy, that sort of stuff, as being distinct from the sort of stock, hand-me-down Christian sort of general views or whatever. But yeah, I found it pretty unexciting and I don't know. It's just never done it for me. There you go. So if anything, I've rejected my Irish shadow. So there you go. Weird, I know. And I've never been to Ireland. Can you believe that? All of the rest of my family have been to Ireland. I have Irish heritage, and I've never been to Ireland. My stepdad is actually Northern Irish, and I have a problem with that accent now. Although I probably would anyway, because it's just a really harsh accent. But yeah. Tyrone Smith, whoa, I resemble that remark. In fact, Mr. Hugh, you're Northern Irish, aren't you? Yeah, well, there you go. No offense to you. Maybe you can put me right, mate. I need to meet a nice one. Whoa, I resemble that remark. Hillbillies are awesome. You resent that remark, I think he means. Hillbillies are awesome. Well, I didn't say they're not awesome. They just got very little craniums on account of all the inbreeding. But they are great at banjo. Yes. Sagipur Art, I am 70% Irish. Didn't know anything about it until I did a DNA. Well, oh, right, that's weird. Well, yeah, I mean, I can't differentiate half of, most of the white world. How, you wouldn't know to look at them, whether you're Irish, Jewish, English, European, I don't know. It all just blends into one. The only time you start to get a bit more differentiation is, Habib Nurmagomedov. I butchered that name, but Habib, the MMA fighter, right? He's from a place called Kazakhstan, right? And I've noticed people from Kazakhstan have distinctly smaller foreheads, smaller foreheads, smaller foreheads. Is an actual definite physical sort of marker. which is interesting. And I've been told a lot that I look like I come from the Middle East. Certain lighting, I can look like I've been told I might look Turkish, and things like that, or Greek, Cypriot. You know, my dad always got that as well, that he looks swarthy. And it may well be very. Oh, let me see. On my dad's side, there was some Jewish heritage. There you go. So yeah, there is some Middle Eastern in there somewhere, but you know, it's all good. It just means that I can get away with casual racism. Amazing. Wagon Brent. It's just a shame that I ain't a bit plat, but oh well. I'll just leave that to Jesse to totally go after those folk. I'm playing, of course, totally playing. Wagon breadth. Hello to my family of beautiful degenerates. Yeah, well, that was funny, honey, wasn't it? Yesterday, I enjoyed it. Wagon breadth was on form yesterday. She was very funny. Partly on account of the cough syrup, no doubt, honey, but it was a good time. I enjoyed it. Nemo, Satan is real. Satan equals hatred, anger, ignorance, selfishness. Well, exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the meta extraction of all of the worst qualities personified. Nemo, I know. That's what I. In fact, I'm glad you got back to me and actually answered that question, because I did ask Nemo specifically that question. Is Satan real? Who do you mean by Satan? And he's actually meditated on it and come back with the answer. I really respect that, mate. Good. I'm glad you answered that. Satan is real. That's right. In fact, you could argue, Nemo, couldn't you, that Satan is more real than any of us, because it's the absolute meta extraction of those principal traits that perpetuate beyond mere mortals and individuals. It's like the god of war. It's like certain in fact, you could say the archetypes are more real than any one individual for that same reason. And so Satan being the meta extraction of. In fact, do you know, I watched a really interesting video today that man, I wonder if in the background I can quickly find out what it was. Bear with me a second. In fact, let me do this. Yeah, let me try and do that a sec. Hang on. Let me see, because Nemo would like this, and I've got to try. Actually, Hell 21 put me onto this guy. I just forget what he was called off the top of my head now. So I'm just looking behind the scenes. Let me see. What was it called? Is everyone well? I hope so. Remember, if anyone's got any questions, in fact, well, yeah, if anyone's got any questions, let me know. Put a Q and then a question. And sorry I missed Point Fire's question yesterday about lockdowns. I only saw it after the fact. Excuse me. Man, you know, why aren't I seeing that now? Hang on. This might be worth it. Just bear with me. Wasn't that, was it? No. It's this guy that is all about spell casting. Well, he's not about that. That sounds ridiculous. But anyway, he's about sort of he talks about magic and stuff. Is that it? Oh no. I'm not finding it. You know what, Nemo? I might have to get back to you on that, mate. Damn it. If Hell 21 was here, she'd be able to tell me the name of the channel. I thought it'd be in my notifications, but for some reason, or maybe, you know what? Maybe it was just a video that wasn't new then. Anyway, I know that no one knows what the hell I'm going on about, so I'm just going to have to abandon. So frustrating. Fail. Oh well, I fucking tried. I'll find it for you, Nemo, and I'll let you know. He was talking about Satan and Satan's come to mean a bunch of crap that it never initially meant, and it's very interesting. It was all about the left-hand path. It was a video about the left-hand path and Satan, and how Tantra used to mean all this. I'll find you the video. It's awesome. Can't even remember the channel name, which is so annoying. Right. Right, let me just skip past a bunch of stuff. Well, what's what are you saying, Art Matters? Art Matters, hi, let's get yourself over there for a holiday. West Coast is magic. The girls are fun, aren't they? The Irish girls, to be fair. So yeah. Yeah, just well, with this day and age, with all the sort of lockdown stuff, it's just not. I can't be asked anyway, and I especially can't be asked now. So it's probably just not going to happen, mate. I don't know. I might get around there at some point. You never know. It might be some sort of like. I've never rated the modern Irish culture. I find it stuck. I find it's not very expansive thinking. It's just drinking. It's just very close-minded, sociable. It's basically the Shire. It's sociable and crap, but it's just not. It's not enlightened. It's not. It doesn't seek to expand its horizons. The Irish mindset, and I'm not into that. And so, even though that's just symbolic and representative of something. There you go. That's just my hang up with it. But I probably could do getting over it. But hey ho. In fact, it's funny that I'm closed-minded, isn't it? In that way. There you go. Fuck it. B has issues about Irish people. How weird. Sagipur, Buddhism, Eastern philosophy, music, porn. Yes, that pretty much is my job description. Special interests. Buddhism, Eastern philosophy, music, porn. Exactly. Well, you just get rid of the Buddhism, just go Eastern philosophy, music, porn. Done. That sounds like an awesome party, dude. Amazing. Nemo, people think Satan is a 50-foot tall red demon with horns. Lol. Nope. That's correct, sir. Yes, it's a lot deeper and more esoteric than that. It's more subtle. But then again, people think Jesus is a real incarnation of God, Nemo. What say thee on that front? Back at you, motherfucker. Back at you. Wagon breadth. Tonight, my son asked me why God and the devil aren't friends anymore. That's an awesome question. Why the God and devil aren't friends anymore? For the same reason that me and Ruthless fell out. And it's not because God isn't just. It's just that the devil's really fucking annoying. That's the answer. And the devil hasn't said sorry yet. That's the next part of the answer. Probably. Although secretly, I think they're working together. How about that? And secretly, the devil is an aspect of, but yet distinct to the absolute. Well, we all are, because nothing can exist outside the. Well, it's like everything. The jewel exists simultaneously as well as part of the whole, and yet distinct from the absolute in character, in nature. It's so profound. God and the devil are like, well, they're tropes or archetypes, aren't they, or symbolic of the sort of pure awareness and absolute principle versus the ego, the rebellious ego, or something like that. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Mr. Hugh, you need a good fry-up. Is that what they call it in Ireland? Right. Yes, I probably do, to be fair. Sagipur, Jupiter, I blame my dad. My dad is God. I have actually, just so everyone knows, because I don't know if everyone's been there, but I do believe that away on something. something occurs on the road to perdition, or perdition, is it, or whatever that word is. But anyway, there's one phase of the hero's journey wherein you attain a sufficient maturity and awareness of the predicament that you curse God, like Cain and Abel. I've actually cursed God and called him a cunt. You fucking cunt. I have actually had words with God and realized it was all his fault. If it's anyone's fault, it's his fault because he lets it happen, right? And I've had that whole fucking conversation, and I realized, and I rebelled and went away for a while and got damaged, and kind of came back and realized the error of my thinking. But yeah, I became brutish and hard-skinned and hard-nosed for like some years, following my cursing God out. And then I came to realize that there's not a grain of sand out of place, that everything is perfect. And just because you don't think it doesn't mean that it's not. And you're wrong. And the unfolding is divine and you know, and brilliant. Because if that didn't happen, that wouldn't have happened, and then that wouldn't have happened, and that was great. So who are you to say or judge? You don't know, because you're not absolute, and that's the point. And you have to admit it. You have to admit it, and as soon as you admit it and hand back the reins, and admit that you can't judge and there's no free will, and ask for guidance by your grace, remove the spirit of hatred away from me, like Jesse is always talking about. Then you're an instrument being played by God, and it's pretty fucking awesome. Apart from the odd dud note, inevitably. But you know, that's what the word sorry is for. Yes. Dagestan. Yes, exactly. Dagestan. Did I get that right? Or have I made that? You're sort of making me question myself again now. Dagestan. I think it was Dagestan. Anyway, Dusan Chalved. Wagon Bread. Hey, Wagon. Nemo, people incorrectly think God is 50 foot tall, old bearded man in the clouds. Who will help your basketball team win the tournament if you hoop and holler in the right manner? Lol. Yeah, right. As in, yeah. Yeah, 1,000,000%, dude. It's insanity. But it's not entirely incorrect, though, as well, which is pretty fun. Because, you know, size in symbology represents, you know, that which with most import. And so the absolute would necessarily comprise the sort of bigger part of the picture. In fact, the entire picture and the frame and the canvas is the absolute. So, you know, and also, yeah, if you, how'd you say it? If you make the right requests in the right spirit, inevitably your prayers are answered. But that's not because God is there listening and saying, okay, then you can have that. No, it's just because what you seek and what is right to manifest start to come into alignment or something. You sort of, you know, you see what I'm saying? You might seek to, yeah, anyway, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, it's not entirely untrue, and yet it's a sort of, yeah, of course, it's a ridiculous, naive take on it as well. Very weird. People are stupid. Yeah. Tyrone Smith. It is quite well, yeah, anyway. Michael Hayward, Borat and Khabib are from the same place, lol. Well, Kazakhstan and Dagestan, not quite the same place, but yeah, similar. Kazakhstan and Dagestan, very similar sounding. Wagon Breath. Does Sanchalvid? Hey, dear. Right, you know I'm way behind, but hey. Nemo, check out Baruch Spinoza. He more accurately explains God, in my opinion. Actually, do you know what I also checked out, Nemo? I did check out Schopenhauer. I checked out some Schopenhauer, and I didn't agree with some shit he was saying. I was thinking that he was talking shit. It was all the stuff about, because I generally agree that you don't know a fool until he speaks, right? But it seemed to me like he was almost talk encouraging people to be more repressed than they would otherwise be, and I don't think that's the answer. Like, it's like he cared more about appearances than speaking the truth. So I didn't even know how you could get to formulating some of the shit he was talking about if he wasn't focused on just speaking the truth. So I don't know if he was all that, man. I imagine that maybe I just picked up on the wrong quote about it, Schopenhauer, but he hasn't impressed me yet, dude. Maybe you could put me in touch with something in particular. But anyway, Spinoza, let me check out Spinoza. I always forget to do that, right? Later, note to self, check out Baruch Spinoza. All right, I'll check that out, dude. Thank you. Wagon breath. Yeah, the elderberries and twig had me in the mood. Yes, well, it wasn't my microphone that did it for you. The dildo microphone. No, okay. Hobbs, hello, lovelies. Hey, Hobbs, when you ready to come on, Hobbs? What you saying? How you feeling, bruh? Nemo, God equals love, wisdom, logics. What's that? Satori. What the fuck is? Oh, I'm gonna have to look that up now. Satori. What is it? Satori. Eh? What's he going on about? The fish. He's making me do fucking work again. I resent it. Satori is a Japanese Buddhist term for awakening. How have I never heard that before? Comprehension, understanding. It is derived from the Japanese verb satoru. In the Zen Buddhist tradition, satori refers to a deep experience of, I thought that said kenosha then, kensho, seeking into one's true nature. Seeing into one's true nature. Whoa, kensho. I love it. Ken means seeing, no way. Sho means nature or essence. Satori, and kensho are commonly translated as enlightenment, a word that is also used to translate bodhi, prajna, and Buddhahood. Well, I have a saying actually, Nemo, that's just inspired, but I want to share it with you. There are no Buddhas, only Buddhahood. I came up with that shit. How cool is that? It's true though. There are no Buddhas, only Buddhahood. And most Buddhists aren't acting like that's true. They really are into deity worship. And because it's sort of a prescribed thing to do to generate wisdom and to generate, accumulate merit. But it inevitably starts to turn into some sort of pantheistic fuckery. Because, inevitably people just don't kind of catch the hint. But that's very cool, dude. God equals love, wisdom, logic, logos. Love, wisdom, logic. Well, strictly speaking, I would tell you what I would say God is. It's tricky. It depends if you're referring to God. As far as I'm concerned, God would necessarily have to mean the absolute. And then if you're starting to describe the absolute, what are you referring to? You're referring to that which is omniscient, as in all-knowing, omnipresent, as in all-present, and what's the other one? Omnipresent, omniscient, and omnipotent, omnipotent, ultimate potency. Well, the only aspect of reality that all refers to, the only non-phenomenal essence or non-phenomenal thing. I want to say thing, but it's the wrong word. But the only thing non-phenomenally that could possibly refer to, and necessarily it would have to be non-phenomenal, because if it was phenomenal, it had to have bounds. It would have limitations. The only thing that could possibly refer to within the known or knowable universe of experience is sentience itself, undiluted, pure sentience or consciousness or awareness. You see, so God is actually sentience itself, or a better way of putting it would be to say God is thatness, or my favorite, my absolute favorite is that which is. God is that which is, because what it implies, and it's true, is that everything else is not. All there is that which is God, the absolute, and everything else is an illusion. Really, it's the primary dimension, the absolute, pure, unadulterated consciousness, sentient tranquility, God in heaven. So that's it, man. That's it. That's why Jesse's getting you to do the silent prayer, because you can, your false self can be absorbed, disappeared into that divine presence that you really are. That you really are. So there you go. Right, I'm getting way behind talking about that stuff, but it's true that, Nemo. Absolutely true. So for me, God is nothing positive, although I know that sounds weird, but God is nothing positive. God is necessarily the foundation for all of reality. And there's no personhood there. It's just perfection, absolute perfection, but absolute perfection. And with the quality of sentience is not born or created. It is part of the fabric of thatness. It's part of the fabric of that which is. It's the divine spark. The divine spark is sentience itself. That is the divine spark. I had that realization. It's fucking awesome. It's so important, man. Really, it's so cool. Sagipur, Jupiter for. In fact, you know, when you understand that, you understand what Jesus of Nazareth, you understand what the fuck he was going on about when he's saying, "I am that which is," or I am the Alpha and Omega, or I am he who is called I am, or actually I butcher the quotes because I'm not a Bible basher, but you know what I'm saying. When he's talking like that, that's what he's fucking saying. You know, Sagipur, Jupiter for his secretive Irish roots. I don't know how my mom is pure Anglo, but I am over 50% Irish. Don't make sense. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, that's because the gene charts, like I have heard, they are a load of shit, mate. As well, I have heard people get results back that couldn't be so. So I've definitely heard that it's just all a nonsense. I've heard that it's just a way of collating, getting everybody's DNA in, and it's not so much about you getting to know. What's her name that Trump used to take the Pocahontas. I just can't remember which female politician he used to call Pocahontas, who claimed that she had some Native American Indian tribes blood or some shit, trying to wangle that vote very cynically, and it turned out she was a total grift. Right. I'm trying to catch up with y'all. If it was Hell 21, it will be my brother-in-law, Paul. Oosh. What? Whose channel it was that I was talking about? I'm not sure. Do you mean whose channel it was, mate? What do you mean? I was getting a good guitar sound earlier, man. I was playing around with getting that set up, and I've got a really small practice amp that sounds really cool. So I'm going to get some music on very soon. It's going to be a good time. Nice crunchy electric and a nice sound in this place. So that's going to be good. Art Matters. Hey, Hobbs. Got Marillion's first today on vinyl reissue script for a Gestures tier. Are you a fan? I might just say, Art Matters. One of my friends who's I live very close to in proximity, because that's the meaning of the word close, is he's actually Mr. Boston's brother, but he's got quite a big YouTube channel, and he's called Brum Reseller. Brum Reseller, and he's got a record shop right close to me, and a real live living record shop. So you can actually see what records he's gone in if you want to buy some vinyls. So Brum Reseller, check him out, and say Pete sent you in the comments or whatever. But yeah, go and check out what he's packing, man. Some good records. Where are we at? Jupiter 2099. Sagipur. Your mom is probably has some Irish. Right. Where are we at? Nemo. Oh, man, Spinoza is very boring to read. Lol, I prefer to watch YouTube vids that go into his paradigm. Martin Butler is a great source. School of Life is decent. Nice. I mean, the least they could do if they're getting enlightened is become interesting. You know? Come on, Spinoza. Jazz it up a bit. People have very short attention spans. Sugar caught more flies than vinegar and all that shit. Sagipur, Jupiter, no, she did the DNA. She, Lancashire and African. Haha. Well, I'm actually Lancashire. Sagipur, my genealogy is Lancashire. It is that part of England. I am Lancashire. I am that part of the world. In fact, well, my dad's dad was called. My dad's dad had the same name as me. I won't say it again because in case people start stalking me. But and he was from I forget the place now, up north. But anyway, he was an architect. The guy I was named after, and he was my dad's dad. Pretty cool. Harbs. Art Matters sounds good. I haven't much of Marillion's work. I will check it out though. Heard. Right. Brandy, just listening. Got a lot going on. Hope you're all well. Pretend I named you all hello. Yes, indeed. Well, it's nice of you to say hi very briefly. Hello, Brandy. Wagon breadth. Because Ruthless wanted to be UB. Because Ruthless wanted to be UB. Oh, am I that far behind? Oh shit, that's not good. Yeah, as in Satan. That's very funny, Wagon. That's very good. Yes, Satan wanted to be God. Ruthless wanted to be me. In fact, in a way, Ruthless was once me, but he fucked up. He fucked up, got old, and didn't stop smoking. I'm everything that could have happened if we are the Cain and Abel. No, I'm joking, Ruthless. I love you, mate. We are the Cain and Abel story, and I still have a chance to get it right. You know what I mean? No, I'm playing. I love you, dude. I'm just playing. Just extending a little metaphor that Wagon had going on there. Sagipur, hello. Right, I'm going to try and be brutal, but I'm not going to be able to do it. Is Satan the same thing as Antichrist? Well, this thing I was watching about the left-hand path, Satan, he distinguished Satan from Lucifer, at least. So apparently Lucifer and Satan are distinct. And I can't really quite remember the distinction now. Loosely speaking, Satan was understood as in the same. He laid out the tantric path in Buddhism in a way that I'd never heard it laid out before, and he was talking about how the tantric path was meant to be turning all those things you find abhorrent and disgusting, like extramarital sex, debauched shit, into the path. Whereas that was never actually my understanding of Tantra, but it could have been not properly communicated to me, I suppose. And the reason, as far as I know, there's a technical reason for engaging in union with a tantric consort, which is to penetrate the central channel and to loosen the heart channel knots at the heart channel wheel. It's a very technical, difficult thing that very few people can do, and you need the combination of the two central channels in sexual union to be able to do it. That's the technical reason for it. Now, I don't think this guy knows that, but he was otherwise quite well educated about the Enlightenment and where these things derive anyway. And he was likening Satan to the tantric path, like the left-hand path. And that he came to then explain how the left-hand path was actually just a quicker way to get enlightened and turn all the sludge into enlightenment or whatever. But that actually it came to, people end up conflating it with evil and coming to mean evil, like evil pursuits for egoic, evil reasons, whereas that's no spiritual path whatsoever. And he went on to, but he could have just been one man's unpacking of all that. But in that world, Satan was just thought to be a different way to realize the truth, or something like the tantric path. But anyway, but the Antichrist specifically, I think in Revelations, refers to either an institution or a being, but I've heard it referred to as an institution like the Catholic Church or something, like the, but maybe not. It could be an actual being, but either way, I've heard it to be specific to a predicted actual either character or institution in Revelations. So I suppose that's the answer. Satan is the representation of the sort of meta extraction of all that is debauched and rebellious and upside down, as an alternative left-hand path to realizing the truth about the ego and whatnot. And then the Antichrist is this particular person laid out, or institution laid out in Revelations. I'd imagine that's the answer. I Googled it in my brain. Right. Oh, right. What's that say? Doombot 9000. Yes. How are we doing for time, man? Oh, it's been an hour. Amazing. Nemo, Jesus was a regular person just like you and I. He was a saint that encountered Buddhahood, a son of the Father, and had to mold his experience into Judaism in order to try and to help his community. I have to say, it looks exactly like that to me, Nemo. It really does. It looks to me like he encountered the Eastern traditions, the Eastern path, the Eastern wisdom, the same one I'm laying out right now, the same one Jesse has also molded for a Christian narrative, to fit into a Christian narrative form, which shouldn't be too hard to do if what you're saying is true, but it's definitely got more of an Eastern instinct about it. And yeah, molded into, and it was genius. It's like Jesus took it upon himself to destroy Judaism, and put himself up as the supposed Messiah that they'd apparently predicted, because he had just the right genealogy to make that claim, and he could pull it off. And he took on the sins of the world by destroying Judaism outright, the synagogue of Satan. Amazing, amazing work. No, but I think that's a fair read of it. I mean, I don't know if that's if everyone would agree with that, but in a nutshell, something like that anyway, something like that. And yeah, so no wonder they're cheesed off with Jesus. I don't blame them. He totally wrecked them. But it was a stupid fucking religion, so fuck you. Wagon breath, not you, Hive, impossible. I don't know what you're referring to there, but okay. Doombot 9000. Hi, Saggy. Hi, chat. Hello, Doombot. Good to see you. Have you considered my proposal, my very decent proposal, Doombot, and having a chat with me, just so I can actually speak to you and get your thoughts? And why the fuck not, dude? Actually, you know what we could do? I'd be happy to do like a private chat with anyone, like Saggy Paw, Hobbs, anyone who's thinking of growing their channel, or even though you've got a decent sized channel doing, but you know what I'm saying. But wouldn't it be cool? We could actually have like pretend we've got real jobs and sort of do the whole sort of daytime Zoomy call shit. Say, hi guys, yeah, so I'm thinking about channel growth. What we need for channel growth, Doombot. What you need to do is the circuit bended thing, man. That's where the momentum is for your channel, man. You need to get back on a circuit bending, but you need to um, and Saggy, yeah, keep doing the video accompaniment, but you stop stealing other people's videos. You got to go and make your own, or go into conjunction with someone who's making getting their own footage together, and do that, and do a sort of channel double share shout out, so you can double each other's numbers. Awesome. Doombot. What if Doombot got into music video making, and did that with Saggy Paw, for instance? But isn't it cool that our path to success and victory is right there? It's just we can't always fucking see it. But anyway, Nemo, Jesus is your equal, folks. Wake up. He is your brother under the Father. Yeah, totally agree. 1,000,000%. Jesus was a dude. And when he said he was the son of God, no, he was just laying out the proper cosmology. I am the son of God. And how do you know he said the and not ah? How do you know that didn't get fucked up? I am, because it's a bit boring saying I am a son of God. I am the son of God. It's a way of making it sound deliberate. But anyway, the point is we're all sons and daughters of God, of course, essentially. And it's funny, isn't it, that if I suddenly decided to start talking like Jesus, you'd all think I'm a heretic. You would. You just naturally would. You would. But if it's been 2,000 years, then you sort of tend to just believe it because your mommy and daddy told you that it's real from a book. Well, no. How about the truth is absolute? The truth is here and now. You can go directly to God. You don't need to read it in a book. You just need to chase down the false I, negate the false self by applying the scientific method to the self. That's it. Advaita Vedanta. You can figure it out. You can figure out the conundrum that is you. God is there waiting for you. God in heaven is right there, and it's pure. It's pure, unadulterated, sentient tranquility. It's beautiful, and there's all of your misconceptions and beliefs and projections and attachments in the way of you realizing that you're already blissful and perfect and non-existent, but in the best sort of way, wherein you are never ending. Actually, you are deathless, a way of dying before you die. Ego death. Amazing. About us, yes, Hiveless. It's a rocky road. Great Hawkwind, he's saying. Track, by the way. Oh, it's a rocky road. Well, maybe it was It's the Rocky Road one that I actually checked out on your request then the other day, mate. Maybe that was the name of it, because I did just get the one that someone had told me to watch. Yeah. Hobbs, Saggypaw, I had an idea that guitar may work on your backing track, reminiscent of the way it is used on Ricochet by Tangerine Dream. Nice, man. Well, you guys to get into it and actually have an actual real life conversation. That is what I advise. Have a real life conversation, because I can't do shit in messages. That I'm way better at articulate myself in conversation. Saggypaw, can you do anything with it, Hobbs? Nice. But actually, you need to exchange numbers or emails or something. You could do it. You could do it in my chat space under one of my videos. Just message each other or something. Or in fact, you could do it on each other's channels, can't you? What am I talking about? But you should get talking, man, for sure. And like I said, if you actually wanted to do a sort of behind the scenes conference call with me and Doombot and like Mr. Hugh and Saggypaw, then yeah, we could do it. Why not? Mr. Hugh, whatever Whatever one do to them self, you can't blame anybody else, only yourself. Still haven't learned to talk properly, Mr. Hugh, but I still think I understand what you're saying. Whatever one do to them self, you can't blame anybody else, only yourself. We can't even blame yourself because you don't exist, and everything you are just an unfolding, like an event. You are more like an event than a sort of deliberate Newtonian discrete set of particles making decisions on purpose. Really. So there's no blame, there's no guilt, and there's no judgment. That doesn't mean don't. What's that saying? God helps those that help themselves. That's kind of true, but just in spirit. So in spirit, yeah, take responsibility, but just know that that's just a positive way of meeting opportunity. Really, is that whole mindset. It doesn't give you license to look down your nose at everyone else who for some reason can't be as great as you at the moment until you're in a ditch again, and it's all falling apart again. You're just one fucking strange event away from doom, so you need something a little bit deeper than taking responsibility for shit. You know what I'm saying? You need to hand back responsibility to God. Actually, we've got to realize that you're not responsible, and therefore you can't judge and play little God. Actually, that's the basis for the ego complex. True story. It is true. Nemo, if you notice, JLP never mentions the resurrection of Jesus. I call it zombie Jesus, or the accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, or you will burn in a lake of fire stuff. Yeah, he's not a sycophant, and he doesn't push the sycophant stuff. He pushes what he's realized, which is his true essence and true nature, which is already divine and perfect. And he realizes that in essence, that's what Jesus was teaching. Yeah. Jesse Lee Pearson is awesome. He's taken it upon himself to tailor the message as is necessary. And those that get it, and those that don't. And that's it. Awesome. Hobbs, Sagipur, absolutely. I'll record some ideas. Feel free to edit, chop, and change whatever you want. Nice. Sagipur, hey, Mr. Hugh. Uncle Bones, hello, Uncle Bones. I missed your message yesterday. And by the way, chat was playing up for me. Icon was saying that chat was playing up. I didn't see that brilliant message that you wrote me, mate. But and there were a few not coming in. Like I didn't see you saying goodnight to me either. So there you go. What's he saying this time? Uncle Bones, Hiveless B, remember when I was the only one watching you? Now you promote your non-binary girlfriend wagon breath. 11.3. It is not my fault he can't get a date. Let No, it's mainly on account of that she looks exactly like Justin Bieber. But then again, he also always looked like a prepubescent girl. So I don't know who I'm insulting exactly. But very funny, Bones. Yes. Well, there you go, Wagon Breath. Uncle Bones just threw down hard. You just got wrecked by an old dying man who's going to have sex with a porn star, apparently. Yeah, very funny, Bones. And you know what? I do remember when you were the only one in my chat. Yes. Yeah, I might have actually, I don't know if I might have privated that video, but I might have to watch it back, actually. Yeah. I love you, Bones, the most. You do know that. I know you know it. It is true, and I do. But God hates you. But I think you're okay. I'll have a word with him for you. I will. Go easy on the Bones, man. He's funny now, at least. He's funny now, at least. Mr. Hugh, just saying hello to Sagapur. Right, Sagapur saying nice one, Hobbs. Uncle Funny Bones, exactly. Joshua Lindsay, much better setup. Oh, thanks, dude. Well, just so you know, Joshua, this is not yet the good. This is not the new laptop yet, and it's not the good camera. Still a grainy, shitty camera. But on the whole, we are improving. Things are improving. But thank you. Thank you for saying so. And hope you're well, dude. Icon the Great, good evening, all you hepcats and kitchens, sires and you, Junior. Lol. Hey, Dad, were you thinking of going live after this, or what's your setup? Because if you are, actually, I might just say this, Connor. I didn't end up seeing if you'd posted your. I don't think you'd end up posting your link. I was going to pin your link, Connor, but I'm so far behind chat at this rate. Can everyone just shill out their channels? Joshua Lindsay, shill your channel out, mate. Joshua Lindsay's got a really good truth channel, and even though me and him have debated about the cosmology of the realm and we disagree on that front, he's otherwise awesome when it comes to everything else truth related. The videos he puts together are genuinely amazing. He's got a cool channel. Check that boy out. Joshua Lindsay, amazing truth channel, really. But everyone just, shill your channels out, man. And, but anyway, Icon, are you thinking of going live after this or whatever, mate? Because I won't go on for too much longer. But yeah, if you're thinking of going live, mate, then everyone can maybe pile on over to your channel and say hello. And we could do a little mini subgrift campaign for you. What do you say? We'll see. Right, Hobbs, what are you saying? Hobbs, Hiveless Beast, still got to set up my equipment. That's good. So as long as I didn't miss you, dude. Have been mad busy with mental health issues. I am getting there, though. The drugs do work. No, they don't. Get off Prozac, dude. But if that's what you think you need, I do have a mate who has gone that way. Well, fair enough. You got to do you, mate. I'm not going to give medical advice, and only you know. Really. I'd love to have a conversation with you, Hobbs, really, but I'm already laying out here. Dang. Yeah, I've been there, mate. I've been there. Trust me. The darkest, deepest hole ever, me. I might have died. I didn't die, and here I am in a blaze of glory, like a phoenix rising from the ashes, dude. But yeah, I was fucked. In fact, I'll give you some advice, Hobbs. Here you go. This is fucking beautiful. I invented something. I called it self-counseling videos. And in fact, actually, Jesse Lee Peterson offers free counseling on his website called Bond, Rebuilding the Family by Rebuilding the Man, Brotherhood Organization of a New Destiny. Go and take him up on that and do some free counseling with Jesse and his team. But apart from that, I invented something called self-counseling videos. And it was when I would feel just totally horrible. And I needed someone to listen to me, but no one cared. But the only person I knew did really care, because I didn't trust anyone, was me, at least. I knew I cared about my plight, that if I could help me, I would. That's the only thing I knew. I didn't trust anyone else. And so I started to record myself speaking to camera. And man, there were days where I was just like, just lying back on the bed and fed up. And I just would speak to camera and say, I feel shit, man. I just feel awful. I just feel like there's something I need to be doing, but I don't know what it is. And I just wish the music would come together, but I don't know what I should do. And I've tried everything, but I just don't know what. And it went like that, mate. And so pissed me off, and I swear they were doing this, that, and the other on purpose. And I'd literally bitch to myself, or I just let it all out, even though I've just felt wounded. And I would just talk for like an hour or two. And it got to a point where it would start to flow. And I would start to real time be able to articulate myself to myself. And the different bits of me would start to chime in because I was actually speaking it out loud. And this is how I got to be able to do this, honestly. Self-counseling videos, dude. Very powerful. And then when you watch it back, in fact, you lay it all out so that you could watch it back on the off chance that you might catch a glimpse of something. but yet it's as good as speaking to a real second version of yourself, because you know the other side of some lapsed time will be a listening pair of ears. So you start to talk to yourself as if the person that cares about you the most is listening, or like having a conversation with God. It's literally like laying it all out bare. So, dude, that stuff is transformative, man. That's my best advice to anyone who's depressed. Really. So, good luck, man. It's amazing. And you always do it with a mind that you could delete the videos afterwards. You never know. One day I might actually play you one of those videos. I still have them. I never deleted them. I actually might just stream one of those self-counseling videos with like a little prelude, because it's affecting and powerful to see someone else that's just at the very bottom of the fucking, you know what I mean, dude. Anyway, Nemo, anyone interested in Schopenhauer, check out the YouTube video White Geist and Martin Butler. I actually think that's what I checked out, dude, and I don't think it impressed me, but mainly because it wasn't White Geist that didn't impress me. That didn't impress me. I think, well, I've already explained it. I think Schopenhauer talking shit about staying quiet and stuff, I just didn't agree with that. I'm much more down with the idea that speak truth into existence and articulate yourself to yourself. And even though it'll be haphazard, you got to do it. You know what I mean? I'm not interested in what people think about me. You see what I'm saying? Wagger breath, Michael Hayward, right? Uncle Bones, good to see you, mate. Although I will say that if it doesn't mean that I'm not savvy, and I know that people's opinions of me have it's consequential what people think of you. I understand that, but within reason or something. Art matters. Those old Japanese shows. Monkey was fun. The water margin scared the shit out of me. Yeah. What do you mean those mad game shows where be? Oh, maybe I've got the wrong end of the stick. Takeshi's Castle or some shit like that. No, I've probably got that completely wrong. Wagon bread. That was sarcasm. Yes. Okay. I thought so. What, likening myself to God? Whatever. Uncle Bones saying Uncle Bones trying to make it up to Justin Bieber. Icon the Great, where's Ruthless, that wanker? I don't know, mate. I'd imagine it's a little too early for Ruthless. Michael Hayward, I saw a girl have a sarcasm one night. I don't think that's what that's called. I think you've got two words mixed up, mate. Wow, unless you were just that shit in bed that she sarcastically pretended to come. Oh yeah, I came. Did you come, babe? Yeah, obviously. Oh, I'll work on that. I'll work on that. Nemo, yep. If the Guatemala, what is that? Guatemala and Jesus saw the most Buddhists and Catholics, Bible thumpers, turned their teachings into they would vomit. What? Yep. If the Gautama and Jesus saw what most Buddhists and Catholics and Bible thumpers turned their teaching into, they would vomit 1,000,000%. A fucking 1,000,000%. Book worship, first of all, they've turned it into book worship. Second of all, in Buddhism's case, deity worship. Really, one or a pantheon doesn't matter. Yeah, we're just a hippie fucking out virtue each other fest. Yeah, there you go, man. Race to the fucking bottom. Ridiculous. You morons. It's very simple. Negate that which is not so. And yeah, it doesn't necessarily look how you'd expect it to. It looks like full license is what it looks like, actually. Icon the Great, God is whatever you paint him, her, to it to be, because everyone else does. God is that which is. God doesn't need you to know anything about what God is for God to be just perfectly God, actually. But okay, Dad. Wagon breadth. Well, I think what you were saying, you were making a joke. Yeah, I agree, Icon, really. You were making a joke that everyone just projects whatever shit they want to onto the word God. And so I get to too. Yes. Well, very funny and true. Wagon breath. Michael Hayward, I saw that typo. I am thrilled you caught that. I did not catch it. Just thinking, like, is there any chance of me ever catching up? Probably not. Hobbs, I think that water margin was Chinese. I know what you mean, though. Scared the shit out of me. Right, I don't know what that is. Art Matters, Hobbs, that and Roots, Hardcore 70s TV. Okay. Sagiport, people always say they found God. Fucking big deal. God is everywhere. It's not friggin' Squid Game. Yes. God is everywhere. Well, God is everywhere. Yes. Hidden in plain sight. Yeah, it is mad. It is mad. It misconceptions in the cultures that perpetuate. In fact, the cultures are just, or cultures are just amplifications of the individuated misconception of the structure of being or some shit amplified. Um, yeah, cults. Cultures are cults. Essentially, there's some good bits. There's some bad bits. Um, so all the misconceptions and bad instincts that get in the way of you realizing the truth are perpetuated through culture primarily. But then a lot of the good stuff is as well, like the language with which you may come to undo the riddle that is, or figure out the riddle that is you with. Michael Hayward, Wagon, there's always a smartass in waiting. Yes. It is me. I am a smart ass. Uh, Deanna, where's Deanna? Oh, yeah. Deanna's vlogs and more. Very good to see you, Deanna's vlogs and more. Hi, Michael. Everyone can show your channels out. Deanna, if you want to show your channel out, go for it. Everybody sub to everyone. Let's have a sub orgy. Why not? But you got to right click. Joshua Lindsay told me this. Right click and open in a new tab. It only took me speaking to someone who'd worked in Silicon Valley to teach me that shit. All the times that I'd clicked on a link and it had thrown me out of the live stream. Who knew? Anyway, Hobbs, Art Matters, yes. Did you ever see Zaki Zulu? That series put me on such a downer, unbelievably violent. 80s, right. Watched that series a few times. We'll never forget the spike. Icon the Great says. Sagipur, F.U. Gaywood. Yes, I got called Gaywood a few times in my life too. But not because my name is Hayward. I just picked the wrong dogging location. But it wasn't very nice of them to call me names afterwards. I mean, what's that about? Hobbs, Icon the Great. Yep, the impaling scenes were brutal. I thought that's what you were referring to about the spike. My old cat used to be called Spike, by the way. Fact, just a little pointless bit of trivia for you. In fact, he's in my book. Spike and Sparky, they're both in my book. Yeah, I'll tell you about my book one day. We'll get to it another day. Art Matters, Hobbs, we'll check that out. Fave 70s Kids TV, me, Vision on Geo 90. Well, you know what I might say? I might wind it down soon, but I just, let me see how far behind I am actually. I didn't know. It's just impossible, isn't it? It's not totally impossible. Oh, Mank's in. Hello, Enlightened Mank. It's not totally impossible, but it's pretty impossible, and I just can't discipline myself. In fact, all right, I'll give it a go. Jupiter 2099. Jesse hating women so much should really think about becoming homosexual. If he really believes, what would sharp dribbles out of his mouth? What word shit dribbles out of his mouth? Jesse hating women so much should really think about becoming homosexual. Why are you over there if you don't like Jesse, Jupiter 2099? What's going on? Um, yeah, it's a weird one. His couching is rather awkward sometimes, I've got to say. I mean, he can be pretty brutal. Yeah, I don't totally always agree with his absolute framing of that whole thing. I'll be honest with you, Jupiter 2099. I think he's right. I think he has got some of the character of a woman right in a way that they are distinct to men. The XX is quite distinct to the XY, right? So there is something, and there is an order that works. And life works better, or the family unit works better when you have an enlightened man and then the woman voluntarily or otherwise, I'd like to say voluntarily, comes into the fold in somewhat of a subservient helper role to the man, but only if he's truly worthy of that. Because if he's not, then it won't work regardless. But when it works in that sense. So women are distinct. So he's right to lay that out. And a lot of what he's doing is for effect, to challenge the ego, the female ego. So you have to understand, Jupiter, that you don't take it for at face value per se, but just understand that his plight is awesome and he is on a crusade, and it is largely working, because I've seen women truly get into it with Jesse and come around to see their own bullshit. But he gets into it with men just the same, you know. Um, so don't mischaracterize what he's doing, because you're on your own LARP, aren't you? If you're doing that, like, what's your cause? You're not there trying to bring truth and clarity to the situation, are you? You got a hang up and you're bitter and you're on a bit of a crusade against Jesse. Either one, because you've missed it. In fact, it is because you've misunderstood exactly why he's doing it. Well, I've just told you it functions. Really, it might not be the style you would prefer, but then again, which bit of you would prefer a different style? He's only holding up mirrors. Can you handle it or not? Do you care more about women? Are you a feminist, or do you actually care to know the truth? Because the guy is at least holding up all of the right mirrors to you. So there you go, man. I hear you, but what I've just told you is more true. So get the fuck over it, woman, and climb down. Hobbs, hi, B. I watched a couple of your live gigs last night. Was the Academy 2 gig in Manchester? No, that was Birmingham, and it was very grainy and shit quality. But yeah, that was me in the pure hippie days of the rock thing, man. I was just totally gone to it, stoner. Yeah, I love that. You could hear my dad in the background shouting like, yeah, and asking for 13 minutes. And he was my biggest fan, man. He was awesome at the gigs. Dude, I'm going to get all that back on, man, soon in my own way. But yeah, I'm glad you checked it out, dude. Very cool. And we actually supported We Are Scientists, possibly on that very night. I'm pretty sure We Are Scientists came on after us at that gig. Who were quite a big band in their day, you know. We have supported the I want to say the Kaiser Chiefs. Oh no, it wasn't the fucking Kaiser Chiefs. They sucked, don't they? Kasabian. We have supported Kasabian as well. And editors. We used to, you know, the editors. We were like arch nemesis, like arch enemies. My dad Hitler, I am Zeitgeist. They were up two names, and the editors, and they got famous, and we didn't, basically, because we just fell apart and imploded because of just insane lead guitarist and just, dysfunctionality. And because we were the real deal and we wouldn't sell out and shit and whatever. But there you go. But I'm glad you checked it out, man. I'm very cool. Michael Hayward, Jupiter, how long have you had a crush on Jesse Lee? Michael Hayward, Jupiter, how long have you had a crush on Jesse Lee? Yeah, you do sound like a sort of embattled, bitter housewife, Jupiter. Brandy, still listening. Good to know, Brandy. Good to know. Harbs, Art Matters loved Joe 90, Thunderbirds, Doctor Who, and Stingray. Oh, and Marine Boy. That sounds very homosexual, the last one, but okay. Brandy, hey girl. Did everyone like my thumbnail from yesterday, by the way? Gay bar in neon lights. Awesome. I'm pretty sure I've probably got a gay fan base, who probably parrot my line, it's not that kind of fraternity, while they're giving each other blowjobs and shit. I'm pretty sure I've probably got a gay gay groupies. Michael, you are one of them. Art Matters, Hobbs, boom. Marine Boy was the best. Uncle Bones, hello, Brandy. You can't see this, but you are my favorite. I don't know what you mean can't see this, but okay. Are you embroidering Brandy's face on a pillow? Is it your bite down on pillow, Uncle Bones, for when the nurses perform prostate exams? Awesome. Jupiter 2099. Michael Hayward, I still watch his show because I agree with him about blacks and politics, but he is not man of God. So you're racist and a bitch, Jupiter 2019. It all comes to the fore. Well, don't forget, but Jesse being black does give him some sort of license to what he's pushing back on more than anything is the Democrat agenda to enslave the black community under the guise that it's there to help, and through their cynical framing of all their issues stemming from the white man and slavery, which is just not true. It actually stems from horrible democratic policies and things like the projects, and getting loads of single moms onto state welfare. In other words, incentivizing single momhood and all that sort of shit, and the abortion clinics and all that, the Planned Parenthoods. He's got his own way of pushing back against the black ego that's been generated through a lot of horrible government policies, essentially, if you want to put it that way. But he's got a special license and a special instinct to know how to do it. That's why everyone in the chat kind of going in as if they've understood what he's doing, and then at the same time kind of not doing everything like what he's doing. Yeah, a lot of people misunderstand it, actually. So I wouldn't know if you can properly represent his position in any case on that one. And I don't think it's unrelated to his general plight, which is, a mission powered by his love of the black community primarily. Don't forget, he wants to put it back together. He wants to rebuild the black family. That's what Bond initially was. Brotherhood, Organization of a New Destiny, was primarily black men that he was appealing to, and it was just so cool that he opened it up to everyone. And politics, conservatism, fair enough, man. But come on, Jupiter, wakey, you come on now. You got a lot of hate in your heart, Jupiter. Let's keep it real, man. Let's get it real, man. Let's not get that fucked up, man. You gotta soften up, man. Why are you resenting things? It's pretty bad out there, man. But resentment is at the core of every single issue in the world. Misidentification is at the core of it, of all of that too. So anyway, good luck, and I hope you can hear what I'm saying. Um, Harps, Icon the Great. It was a Japanese animated series. Sergipor, dyslexic sinner, sold his soul to Santa. Can't beat the old ones. Interesting. Um, Icon the Great. Hobbs, all I could think of, what? All I could think of was a show with battleships in space. We'll have to look that one up, right? Okay. Hobbs, Icon the Great. Oh, right. So, oh no, I'm going to assume that that's not his channel, that that's just something else. Right, they're just hooking each other up with some things. Art Matters Hobbs. Okay, so are you? Let me skip past a few here then and try and catch up. Right, good. This gives me an opportunity to. Oh, here you go. Icon the Great. I'll go live in a while. Have to eat dinner and fix the other toilet. Well, that's the spirit, mate. You know, you could steal all of the people from the back end of this show, and they could all jump over to your show. Because that's the way you do it, mate. You gotta go live after a show. You got to be willing to make the sacrifices. Um, I'm gonna wind it down really soon, Icon. So it's up to you. I'm gonna wind it down in 20 minutes. So if you wanted to pull your finger out and get one ready for then cool. But if you're not feeling like it as well, then fair enough, dude. Only you know what you want to do. Art matters. Hobbs, I'm missing my gigs. Got war on drugs. Ozic, tentacles for early next year. Art matters. I am literally going to start doing gigs from this gaff. Setting up the sound earlier. I need to buy a little mixing desk because at the moment it's just a mono feed for a crunchy electric guitar and a vocal, which is nice. But if I could even get just a bit of pan in and a bit of a stereo sound, and I'm not far off with a really nice setup here, mate. So I'm going to start blasting out some gigs. In fact, I had the novel idea that I might real time record and write an entire album and create real time I might live stream the entire process for a month of writing and recording an album from scratch. I had that idea today. Um, and I might do it on a different channel. And anyone who wants to come in and see what I'm doing during the day, aside from these sorts of streams, they can come and watch my process. And I'm just going to stream the whole thing. And then someone could make a documentary out of it after the fact, I think I'm going to do it. I think that would be pretty cool. It'd be like Dig. Have you ever watched the documentary called Dig that followed the Dandy Warhols and Brian Jonestown massacre? If you've never watched that and you're into rock music, go and watch that, man. It's the best music documentary ever created. But somewhat like that anyway. That's what I'm thinking, but different. And less kicking less kicking people in the face. Exactly. Nemo, Hobbs, have you given 2 minutes of Zazen a try? Yeah, exactly. Hobbs, Hiveless B, thank you for the advice. I know what you mean about the trust issues. Work has paid for counseling and it's working out well. Good for you, dude. Awesome. Nice. Hobbs, Art Matters, I was in a band named Direct Works in Manchester. Our jams were often compared to ostrich tentacles going off in tangents, but even numbers of tangents. Nemo, Hobbs, it seems mushrooms also help some folks. Yes, microdosing with some liberty caps. Really, actually, microdosing is a good way to go. Yeah. Even microdosing with weed can help depression. Like, it's a lot better than getting outright stoned, I'll tell you that. But microdosing, although, it's probably better not to do that shit. But until you're ready to be vice free, definitely microdosing is better than out and out getting smashed out your face. Harps, Nemo, I will check Zazen out. Thank you. Enlightened Mank, yo, Hive and crew. What's he saying? The Enlightened Mank, Hive, you watched the vids I give you? I didn't even know you gave many vids, mate. No. I didn't even know you gave me vids. Sorry, mate. I just did not know that. Which ones? I thought I'd watched everything that you told me about. Pretty sure I'm up to date with the videos you told me about, dude. Which ones? Nemo, Hobbs, right on. Wish you well, sir. Giving Jesse Lee Peterson a call on his radio show would be amazing. Actually, yeah, Hobbs, do it. I'm definitely going to call Jesse very soon. You'll all hear me on Jesse Lee Peterson's show. Talk about how he healed my heart of hate. Jupiter 2019, by the way. Art matters. That's heavy, Hobbs. Take care, my friend. At 56, going through a death of sorts. We have gone through the wars. Yeah. Same. I know it. Well, there you go, Art Matters. Do the self-counseling videos that I was telling Hobbs about. Trust me, they're fucking awesome. They're the best. So good. Icon the Great, you got it about the God thing. Yes, right. Good. Hobbs, Art Matters, thank you. We will get through it. People like us always do. Hope you are okay, mate. Absolutely. We are serious about life. We take this shit seriously. Then like Mank, Yo-Yo Icon having my doobie and watching the crazy Elvid Sheep World. Yeah, I was watching some of that Sajid Javid bullshit and him saying, no, we won't make it mandatory in the UK. No, it's totally fine. And then 2 months later, okay, it's mandatory now. Yes, we figured it out. All the fucking, it's kicking off in Austria, isn't it? Fucking nice. Fuck you. Come on, people, take it back, man. Come on, show us how it's done. Fucking do it. Icon the Great ran out of CBD doobies and am still laughing at the sheeple, Mank. It's a different kind of high. Yeah, that's pretty much my high too. Rolling my eyes. Oh, the masses. Oh, the stupid sheeples. The Enlightened Mank, haha, Icon, CB doobies. Nice. Sheeple shared. Agreed. Totally agreed. The Enlightened Man, think people are waking up though. Yeah, it's getting so ridiculous now that they're in so much agony trying to have the double think is too much because they're starting to realize that, wait a second, the maths doesn't work out. The only way to solve the plague is to take this jab and then another jab and then a booster jab and then probably subsequent booster jabs. And if I don't take subsequent ones, then I'll probably be as much of a pariah as all the anti-Vias. And yet it hasn't solved the pandemic. Fuck. Oh no. And it's dangerous, apparently, because there is a new report, like a whistleblower come out and anyway. Yeah, serves you right. You should have listened to the tinfoil hat guys the whole time. Actually, I could get into that. Everyone who has an instinct for truth and has gone out their way to try and tell people like the New World Order and 9/11 and all that sort of stuff back in the day, right? And knew that something like this was coming. Everyone that has always gone out their way to try and warn people about this sort of stuff, and I was one of them. There became a culture of legitimate people that were really had people's best interests at heart, like myself, who were trying to tell people what was up. And then the counter to that became this kind of arrogant, stuck, dug in. You're just talking shit. You don't know. You're just on a LARP. You just want to believe that something crazy is happening. Fuck you. You've got no evidence for that. And this intellectualizing away the threat that you were trying to come with. Well, we're starting to see that that position was bullshit, and all of us knew that position was a falsehood or a false designation or something, a faulty designation, and that ours was legitimately coming from a good place, one of truth, and then trying to forewarn your kin, whereas the other had no good intention, only to try and look like they knew just as much as you pretended to know, whilst telling you how shit your fucking suggestions are. Well, that's what you fucking get for not listening, you bunch of scumbags. Bye bye now. Bye bye. Um, no, sorry, that's a bit mean, but also, fuck you all. Icon the Great. It's beginning to look a lot. Oh, it's beginning to look that way. Man, just hope people can make an improvement before the mass deployment of NATO UN forces. That we got. Then we got problems. Yeah. Well, that's why they wanted the chaos, the disruption in all of those parts of Europe. Yeah, you're basically right. I mean, it wouldn't matter in any case whether or not they do that per se, Icon, because that is one possibility, isn't it? Um, but either way, they're having success in turning the local or the nation's police against the people. They're having good success against that. But that's like tried and tested, age old. When the establishment turns rotten and corrupt, it's easy. You just keep on all the people that will fight for you, the establishment, the elite, and get rid of everyone that doesn't, that can't stand going against their fellow countrymen. And so you end up with a bunch of hypnotized sheeple, basically, as your police force. Yeah. So anyway, right. You know what? I'm getting so far behind with this thing. Then, like, man, Hive, you should play videos of current world news. Yeah, you're right, actually, man. You know what? I thought of that today, and it was lax, and I didn't get on it, mate. There was a few I wanted to play from today. Sorry, mate. Yeah, great point. I might do it tomorrow then, okay? In fact, it's meant to be chill stream tomorrow, so we'll see, but I will do it soon. Yeah. You know what? Especially today as well with the kicking off in Europe. Yeah, my bad on that front. My bad. And world leader speeches and stuff. I might have to look up a few of those. I don't know what you're referring to, but yeah, I don't know what you're referring to with that, but definitely the kicking off in Europe, mainland Europe for sure. The Enlightened Man, NATO UN deployment is their end game. It may well be, sir. It may well be. I've heard it floated that might happen, especially for the interior of the United States, as it might pertain to border crisis or some other crisis. I know that's ruthless is the favorite theory as well. And yeah, I just don't know. It might be though. Icon the Great. Hey Hobbs, that's a very important thing to remember when you're down. There's always an out. Yeah, jump off a fucking bridge. That's one out, isn't it? That's a joke. A happy bridge into a ball pit of fun. Yeah, there's always an out. Art matters. Sorry, Hives. Age disconnect with Hobbs and me and you. We'll be mindful in future, not hog chat. No, dude. Let's do it, man. No apologies. I love that shit, mate. Very happy. In fact, if anything, I'm really happy when that clogs up the chat bit, so I can try and jump a few and get ahead of it. But no, that's the point, mate. You go for it. Absolutely go for it, mate. The Enlightened Man. The mega tsunami, I think, is their plan to use NATO UN deployment. But I don't think there could be in a local region somewhere or other, yeah. But I don't know. I think they'd have more success with the solar flare, and then one wonders what they'd be doing with the Elon Musk array. Could that be the future EMP shit or something? Who knows? But unless there's a legitimate, who knows? That would be a bit too hard to fake on a world scale. So maybe at a localized level, yeah. The Enlightened Man, Icon, you think Russia will protect the free world people? Haha. Harps, Hiveless Beat, the band I played bass in was destroyed by the guitarist's ego. Yeah, same here, mate. You know, the guy is basically sociopathic, the guy I'm talking about. Yeah. If it wasn't for him, we would have got somewhere. And if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have been nearly as brilliant, I should say. Yeah, so on account of him, we were not only, it was impossible, but brilliant. You know what I mean? Such is the nature. It's like if the Beatles would have probably gone for a bit longer if Paul and John weren't in the band. Do you know what I mean? But also they would have been shit. Just songs about submarines and crying guitars. The Enlightened Man. I thought Russia and China was together having war training. Right. Don't know. I didn't know that either. Iconic great. Mank, please note, save the day in the quotes. However, Russia is starting to look freer than here in some ways. That's true, though, and less convoluted in others. Never thought I'd see that. Yeah, I agree with that much. That's for sure. That is for sure. Art matters. The Enlightened Mank. Yes, Putin was put in. Yes. The Enlightened Mank. Hang on, what? Word symbology art. I think that's what you mean. Symbology. Right. Well, I might wind it down, people, you know. The Enlightened Man icon. I watched a video of Russian public people refuse the V passport, and the Russian government is relaxed to the Ovid BS. I think maybe cool. Sagipur, destroying the family unit is mission accomplished. Women's lib infiltrated, probably by B's tribe. Yeah. Well, it was definitely Illuminati infiltrated the women's lib movement, no doubt about it. It was, in fact, it was conceived of by probably the Masons and the Illuminati, dude. Yeah, that was the vector for destroying a family unit, 1,000,000%. You should watch Mary Poppins again, because the mother of Mary Poppins' household was a woman's lib madhead, and it's quite funny observations that of the dad, the old stuck archetype English bloke, her women's lib, the modern woman who resents the man and yet she dotes on her husband still, like complete contradiction. And then Mary Poppins saving the day from this dysfunctional family unit, this early form of a dysfunctional family unit, yet it was far more functional than anything we know now. So it's really interesting social commentary on all those different ingredients. Mary Poppins is one of the best films ever, and it is totally one of my favorite films of all time. It's fucking brilliant. It's genius. Icon the Great. Russia has been lax about the V this whole time, Mank. Yeah, that's the impression I got, to be fair. Enlightened Mank. Icon, you got beat. Haha. A boat. Oh. Oh, man, it's Hobbs. Check out my mate's band. I looked for Gilchrist the other day and I couldn't find them anywhere. Art matters. So go and get the link and post the link. Post the link in the chat, mate, because I couldn't find them anywhere. Gilchrist, Gogs, Anthony. Well, maybe I'll find it with that little slash Gogs Anthony, but I couldn't find it, mate. Link to it, please. Thank you. Sagipur, B, I was going to do a video if me knocking out a tune, but didn't want people to know it takes me 20 minutes. Well, yeah. Well, I'm happy for. Well, to be fair, mate, up until my very recent in fact, my very recent shift in being bold and experimenting, being bold and getting out there, I was always a perfectionist. I would never want people to know how long it took me to do everything. But the novel idea in that case would be that I might go through the motions of trying to do it quickly, failing, then trying to pre-record tracks and just doing all that sort of mess. And I just don't know what it'll be until the end of the process. But I'm willing to fail publicly. And I think as long as you've got that caveat, then it's authentic and people love that shit. So, do it anyway, mate. It's at least worth the experiment. And if you're not doing it live, well, it depends. If you're not doing it live, then you can record it first beforehand and reassess it, can't you? But I'd say get into the habit of failing quickly and publicly and as big as possible, but not too big. But um, but yeah, don't forget, even if you made the best music ever, think about this, right? Let's say I was a big Tom York fan. It's a shame that he's or John Lennon fan, musically. It's a shame that his politics suck. Um, but I want to know as much about let's say John Lennon's a better example, but I want to know as much about John Lennon and what he thinks about the world as I do about his want to hear his latest song, because the people that conceive of art have got it going on. They're tapping into something, aren't they? Hopefully, if it's the real deal. Well, start to realize that you are the product, not the music, Saggy Paw. You know, and it doesn't mean you have to show your face, but hopefully there's some sort of component where you can like write on a screen, I did this and thought this. In fact, Doombot does a lot of that sort of stuff, which is awesome. Or experiment, but maybe that's too long form and it takes too long. That's why I at least, but I'm fortunate that I can articulate myself pretty well. Um, I'd have to speak to you, dude. I'd probably bounce off you and have a few suggestions if we actually spoke. In fact, Sagipur, let's do it. Let's speak behind the scenes, man. Let's do it. And I'll talk to you and I'll see what I think, man. And I'll just I don't know. Let's do it. Um, Give me your email somehow, Sagapur. Just let me know your email somewhere, okay? It could be in the link of one of your descriptions of one of your videos, and I'll go out my way to check it out. But just send me some sort of correspondence, know where to look for it, and I'll send you my number or something. Icon the Great, no, but I've given it some serious consideration. Man, get some work on the farm somewhere. Nigeria is another choice, but way too much fighting and AIDS. Exactly. Right, let me see how far behind I am. You know what? It's probably futile, isn't it? I'm trying my hardest. Mank is laughing at AIDS. Joshua Lindsay, viral escape, Dr. Fauci, Bill Gates, Joe Biden, RFK Jr. Thank you. Nice one. Um, do you mean immune escape? Viral escape. Do you mean immune escape? Dr. Vanden Bosch was talking about immune escape, wasn't he? In his open letter to the WHO on LinkedIn. Did you know about that, Justin Lindsay? Immune escape. Icon the Great. I don't want to be a truther. Idiots don't listen anyhow, and my lungs are too fucked up to waste my breath these days. Lol. Oh, now I'm sad. But the best dose for little doses of truth, you just keep just dropping the little nuggets. Though that's the best way to do it. Do it the insidious way, Dad. Just drop the little nuggets of truth. Singapore, 6 months for conspiracy theories to be confirmed. Fact check true. Conspiracy theories to be confirmed. Fact check true. Okay, then I'll take your word for it. Sagapur, I'm off to bed. Night, good people. Good night, Sagapur. Good night. Icon the Great. Good night, Sagi. Take it. Right, let me see. Where am I? Oh, right. Maisie's husband. Maisie's husband. Anyone checked on the Swiss? Who's the Swiss? And nice to meet you, Maisie's husband. Nice to meet you. Hello. Scotty FJC. G'day, beautiful people. Well, I'm probably closing it down now, Scotty. I'm sorry, mate. It's already been 2 hours. I'm sorry you're here late. It's not my fault you're fucking late in Australian, is it? No. Icon the Great. That jump off the bridge thing almost had me pissed. Almost. It's certainly not the out of which I speak. It's not the right. Yeah, right. Yes. Very funny. Joshua Lindsay, as for the UN and NATO troops deployments, I tend to think the UN cannot unite a world under a one world government with divide and conquer techniques. By definition, everyone will be divided. Very good point, Joshua Lindsay. Yes, I kind of agree. Um, in fact, I even tend to think, well, my take on it would be this: a necessary part of the alleged depopulation agenda might have about it a component of chaos, deliberately seeded chaos, and the collapsing of the third world into the Western world as a cover for and a replacement migration mechanism for the mass death going on right under your nose without you noticing it, right? Under the guise of a pandemic, allegedly. Some people say. I don't have an opinion either way, but that's what I've heard them say. Um, so, all the way up until it being instantiated, you won't know it, and it won't look like a divide and conquer. Well, it won't look like the conquer aspect wouldn't have come to fruition, and the and by that time, everyone will be dead, and it'll be just be smart cities and the worst of us all brought into the fold. In any case, um, allegedly, presumably, possibly, uh, yeah. And up until then, they can do what they've been doing for a century, essentially, which is let governments appear like they're legitimate governments, but through elite capture. The establishment and the party of Davos and the city of London run everything anyway. So yeah, I that's my take on that. Oh yes, I'm not on meth. Actually, came over. Yes, I'm not on meth. Trucking. Throw in Bluebeam. Yes, bit of Project Bluebeam, dude. The fake alien invasion will not fool the flat earthers, at least. I'm not on meth trucking. I'm so glad you came over. I'm not on meth trucking. Well, if you're hilarious and brilliant, you will earn a spanner. You will become a moderator sooner rather than later. We'll see what happens. Um, but yes, amazing. Harb, and by the way, if anyone isn't subbed, please sub. Everyone who hasn't subbed, sub and hit the bell button. It's the only thing that incentivizes me to keep doing this shit show and talking absolute bollocks for a living. Thank you. Hobbs, great stream. Thank you. See you all soon. Sleep and dreams. Well, yes, night, Hobbs. Thank you, sir. You were amazing. You were amazing. Thank you, Hobbs. And get better, dude. I feel better, man. Honestly. Scotty FJC, hi, Icon. Great, mate. And you? Uh, yeah, pretty much. Right. I'm going to wind it down, you know. I am actually going to wind it down. Enlightened Mag, a video of Aboriginal Australia woman saying Australian army supposedly pinning people to the ground and by force and giving them the juice. The woman was asking the world for help to stop the Nazi shit. Ah, dude, I've seen a few of those videos, man. Not that one, not Aborigine, but yeah, I've seen a sort of Spanish woman. Yeah, it's just fucking sick, mate. They'll yeah, I know. The world has gone insane. But we'll hold it down and keep it real over here at least. Yeah, I pray for all those people. I pray for everyone anyway, man. Fuck it. It's all good. Right, I think we're pretty much there, aren't we? I do believe. Well, I do apologize if I'm missing any of your brilliant comments, by the way, but you know this thing could just go indefinitely if I didn't have an off switch, which I don't actually. What's this? Scotty FJC, they are side-mounted PTO on a tractor. I can't wait to see the video icon. Right. You got machine guns on your tractor, Dad. Cool. Bigfoot and on. Still praying for Ruthless. Ruthless saw the light, Connor, and came back. But yes, preemptive prayers are probably useful for the crazy Australian. Scott FJC, hi Connor. Did R get banned again? No. R is back in the fold, and he even requested a mod. So I actually modded him up on request. Totally cool. And he apologized to me, which is awesome. So we good now. We totally good. Until the next time, but we good for now. Scotty FJC, are they side mounted? Right. I don't know what that actually means. Right, what I'm going to do, people, is I know that Mank's telling me something. Let me get to Mank at least. The Enlightened Mank, hi, I've watched this ancient knowledge video and play video for the crew, maybe, and debate it. It's knowledge of the golden ratio fingerprint of God, mind expansion. Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir. Note to self, watch that video for the Mank. Thank you, Mank. Icon the Great, I drop nuggets of truth. People avoid them like dishes. Or make it look more like rabbit poo. Or like chocolate eggs. Make it look more like chocolate eggs, Dad. Do that. Scotty FJC, sweet icon. Looking forward to it. Busy at work is what fucked me up. That's okay. The Enlightened Man, right? You know what? I could keep. Oh, here you go. All right, let me say a few more because you guys are writing essays. Go on then. I'll read some of your essays really quick. The Enlightened Man, icon, make a magnetized water and spiraled water growing plants faster and bigger. Experiment. Actually, I agree with that. You should do that, icon. That's a very good idea, man. And actually, you should do that, icon. Showing normal method of growth and better magnetized water and spiraled method of growth of the plants. Yeah, icon. Do that actually, mate. Joshua Lindsay, viral escape is similar to bacterial escape, which is the concept that points out when you mass treat bacterial infections with antibiotics, the bacteria will evolve to become immune to the antibiotics. Right. Well, I believe the term is immune escape technically, that denotes that what you described there. And it was Gert van den Bosch this year that popularized the term, which is an incredibly technical term that denotes something similar to when you prophylactically treat with a jab or vaccine. I think I'm allowed to say that because I'm just describing what it actually is. When you prophylactically treat with a vaccine, it's the phenomena wherein you generate you create the environment wherein more deadly variants can escape the immune system, basically, because you've treated for a specific version of the virus. And so it's a way of generating multiple, like crazy variants, basically. So anyway, Joshua Lindsay, here's a Harvard example which shows a bacteria overcome antibiotics within 13 days. Cool. Well, did you ever check out that video? Didn't I tell you? In fact, I won't say it here because anyway, check out Gert van den Bosch anyway, mate. If you haven't seen Gert van den Bosch's open letter to the WHO about immune escape, check that out anyway. You could find it. In fact, he's got a channel, Gert van den Bosch on YouTube. You should go and sub to him. He's pretty cool. Icon the Great. Mank, there's actually a good idea for my new channel. If I get a chance over winter, I'll do it. Just got a request to transfer for more old tractor videos, so my schedule is filling up. That is a good excuse. Make more boring tractor adverts. In fact, they were pretty cool. So, okay. Joshua Lindsay. So in regards to experimental viruses like the COV, by giving the world mRNA, which uses your own cells to produce the virus, you get a similar effect that gives n number of variants of the virus. Yeah, it's immune escape is the technical term. Virus escape, or it's viral shedding immune escape. So immune escape, I think, is the technical term, Joshua Lindsay. And a guide to go to is Gert van den Bosch. He's got a channel on YouTube. He does a breakdown of the phenomena as a PowerPoint projection, basically. And you could probably use excerpts from that video. He's a very untapped scientist for the sort of videos you make. So go and check that out, dude, for sure. In fact, he was the guy that came out and said, my warning to the WHO, you are making a colossal blunder in this mass prophylactic campaign of treating in this way. And it would look like he's right if you go by the numbers of the most jabinated parts of the world, Gibraltar and Israel, for, variant production. Icon the Great. Ooh, I need machine guns on my tractor. That's what I need. That's what I've been missing all my life. Exactly. All right. Well, I've pretty much, look, you know what? I've pretty much got there, and we're pretty much there, aren't we? Yeah. All right. In fact, let me just get these because Joshua's responded to me. In fact, Mank's talking to Icon, I think. So let's just assume that that's true. All right, I'll read out Manx because it looks kind of interesting. The enlightened Mank Icon study organ frequency energy and get this book called The Orgona Accumulation Handbook. Author is James DeMo. It's a banned book of energies, growing things bigger and faster. Okay. Joshua Lindsay. Hiveless, bingo, you're right. This is what the video goes over because each person's cells are creating the variants of the virus. Yeah, exactly. Because if you treat for a specific variation, then you are forcing the evolution of the virus. Exactly. But there are also very interesting videos as it pertains to virology, refuted, allegedly. So it could be that actually what we're seeing is something more akin to bacterial infections and not viral. But that's another rabbit hole, but a relevant one. And it is relevant because some people won't even listen to you if you don't acknowledge that could be a fraud too. So I think it does serve to kind of nod to it, And there's a good video out there. I think I linked you to before, Joshua. I think I told you about it before. Anyway, Icon the Great already got it, man. Sound a bit wishy-washy. The enlightened Mank, you don't know though, Icon. I'll make the device and we will know if it works. Haha. Okay then. Here we go. Gert van der Bosch. I think it's it's a Gert Vanden with an N. Vanden, not Vander. And then Bosch, similar to how you spell it, I think, though, with two S's and an E at the end or something crazy like that. But Gert Vanden Bosch, three, barrel name. Got it. There are others saying the same thing. In fact, the Israel data is proving the point, and Gibraltar as well. Gert van der Bosch was the first. Forewarned the WHO, open letter. You could put music to his warning, how it's a colossal blunder. There's about a minute or so, 2 minute, 3 minute video he does of a very similar warning about colossal blunder on his channel, mate. So you'll get some good stuff out of that for one of your videos, man, for sure. Dusan Chalvid, the Enlightened Mank, thank you for the link. It looks very interesting. Nice. Well, everyone share your channels out. And why don't Joshua Lindsay share your channel out, mate? What's Icon saying? When I was in Washington State, there was lots of people who experimented with it. They were disenfranchised with the whole orgone thing. Nothing worked. Okay. Yes, nice to see you, Dusan Chalvad, dude. Right, I've actually done quite a good job to get through. I think I've actually got through all the chat without skipping any or something, but I don't know how I did that. If I skipped some comments, but I actually hit all of the relevant ones. There weren't just hellos and shit. Icon the Great, Mank, I will stick to the magnets. Good, sir. That I have proof of function. Well, then why are you still on a spinny ball? But okay, I won't go there. The enlightenment icon, have faith of the force, aka spiritual energies are real things of nature. Haha, the enlightenment, bro. Well, on that beautiful, beautiful bombshell. Does sound good eye. I'm going to play the Egmont Overture. In fact, No, I'm not. I'm going to play the blast from the past, crazy fun dancing thing, because, and I might just say the intro tune for Agony on, the crazy thing where they get the plane smashes up, and the official Hiveless B opening tune and the official outro tune that I'm about to play. They're going to get a revamp, and I'm at least going to get a crisper version at a higher quality, because currently the quality is poor. And this outro bit, I'm going to get it more in sync. It's a bit out of time and stuff at the moment, but I'm actually going to get it done better. But anyway, I'm going to play the outro now for 2 minutes of fun. So you ain't got long, people, but enjoy it. So if anyone wants to put any messages to each other, or Icon, if you wanted to get a show on directly after this or something like that, then you've literally got 2 minutes to do it. But maybe you don't want to do that. I don't know. Right, people, here's the outro. I love you all. I hope you've had fun. And I will see you tomorrow for a midweek chill stream, all being well. Hang on a second. Okay. Here is the outro. Toodaloo.